the further improvements to make.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I guess JoyScore is a form of, gives you appreciation of yourself, appreciation of other people, helps you with your respect towards yourself and to other people, and it just makes you a happier person.
Hi, and welcome to the JoyScore Podcast. This is Chloe.
This is Neil.
This is Rich.
Dr. Rich.
Dr. Rich, yes.
Doctor in the building.
You can call me Dr. Feelgood.
And on that note, we are going to be talking about the introduction of the JoyScore book. So essentially, we're going to be covering what is JoyScore. Now, the JoyScore book is kind of like a manual, and what it does is it's going to help all of us achieve the level of joy that we're lacking in our life through various means, techniques, practices, healthy habits to include in our day-to-day. And basically, the first thing you need to ask yourself when opening up this book and starting this joy journey is, what changes are you willing to make in your life?
Well, I think of at first I think of being open to change, being open to learning new things, to get out of old habits maybe that are bringing me down. So certainly willingness, and then I expect that this will help me and have confidence in my actions.
I think it's realizing that things aren't going as well as they should in your life, and you're open to change and maybe take more of an optimistic look at things in life.
Yeah.
More of an open mind.
Also, in looking at what JoyScore is and the tools and the chapters and all these techniques, the idea is, what can you incorporate into your day-to-day life where you don't have to drastically change your schedule, but work with your schedule to increase your joy and work with what you have. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay.
I can start practicing gratitude when I'm in my car, zipping around. 3 things I'm grateful for during the morning, during the afternoon, and also at night. Focusing on those things. I can reflect on what I'm doing that day. Just take a little while to figure out, what am I doing and why am I doing it? I think those are some things that I could do right off the bat.
Yeah. So I did want to ask you, Neil, because you and I have been on this JoyScore journey for a while, whereas Rich is just joining.
Yeah, it's true.
Newer. And I wanted to ask, what have you seen improve in your life as far as joy in this JoyScore journey?
A lack of negativity, a lack of judgmentalness, if that's the word, and becoming more understanding with someone's opinion that I disagreed with.
Yeah.
Where rather saying, hey, you're a jerk or whatever, I disagree with you, is saying, well, let me think about that. Let me think about what the person is really saying and analyzing it, instead of being more argumentative or whatever. It's like when you're in a car,
Yeah.
and you don't move fast enough, and the guy behind you starts pounding on the horn, and you're going, wait a minute,
Yeah.
that type of thing. Slowing it down and thinking about things.
Yeah. I think for me in my JoyScore journey, what I didn't know when starting it, you know, you want to increase your joy. You always think that's going to be this is going to be a big life change. I'm going to do like something big. Like when people make a lot of New Year's resolutions, it's like, I'm going to do like all of these big things this year. And since starting my JoyScore journey, I have noticed that it's in the small things for me that have been helping me increase my joy. It's in just little, adding like small aspects to my normal routine has greatly increased my what's it called?
Outlook?
Appetite?
Yeah, I was trying to use a different word. My appetite. No, my quality of life.
Quality.
There we go. My quality of life has been improved with adding these small changes in my day-to-day through JoyScore and through the book.
Now, question, have you guys been through the whole book?
I mean...
Pretty much, huh?
Yeah,
Pretty much
we've
so.
read through the whole book. We've had times to discuss the whole book. I think we've discussed the whole book together in some form or another.
But every time you go back, you learn something new.
Exactly.
That's what I noticed.
Just what I was gonna say.
And you pick up something you didn't see before.
Right.
Because, you know, maybe the first time you read it, and you go, oh, this is so much, I can't do it, and all this stuff, and you try and you take the test. Or maybe the first time you take each test, you're not as honest as you should be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think your honesty increases as you go back for it. And I think it's like something that is like, say, going back to the basics. The good thing about the book is that it doesn't get old.
Right.
It's like it brushes you up on things that you might forget during your day.
Right. It's like a lifetime process the rest of your life.
Correct. A manual.
I really liked what Chloe was saying about little things. I noticed that a lot of the little things, they add up, but I was seeing stuff that was right in front of my face that I didn't recognize before. They were always there.
Right.
It's just that I couldn't see them.
I think also you develop a better sense of self-discipline,
Yeah.
you know, of saying, well, I do this, you know, and then you think before you react a lot of times. You know, that's one of the things it gives you, that you realize what you're doing is going to affect you or affect somebody else or whatever, and you just take that second to think before you react.
Yeah.
That's really good. I really like Neil's comment, because it only takes a precious few seconds to play things through in your mind. Say, well, if I did this, this would happen, and so you think it through. You know?
Would you have any advice for anybody who's just now starting their JoyScore journey?
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Maybe one thing at a time. But another thing that isn't that difficult to do, to learn, is the breathing. You know, I mean, taking a deep breath. You know, and enjoying it.
Your favorite chapter.
Yeah, or you wake up in the morning, okay? You get up in the morning and you stretch, you know what I'm saying? And take some deep breaths and you say, hey, I'm ready to start my day.
Yeah. I think for me, a piece of advice I would give anybody who's just now, you know, looking into this podcast, this book, this app, I would just say, keep an open mind with everything, even what seems like silly or seems like I already know that or I already do that. Just keeping an open mind and saying, no, I'm gonna actually try this in this new way. Like, I'm gonna actually take hold of my thoughts and my actions in a way I wasn't before, even though I could say, well, yeah, I keep a positive attitude and I try not to be negative. Like, actually being like, no, in this moment I'm going to choose to look at the bright side of things. And that sounds really cliche. but I mean it.
Happiness is a choice, they say, right? I like the process. It builds on itself. And, Dr. B's done all the heavy lifting, so I just have to try it and do my best.
Mm-hmm. And you are a psychologist.
Right.
So you help out a lot of people who are struggling with joy. So I think it's really cool that, not only are you a helper, but you're embarking on this journey yourself, for yourself as well. And it just goes to show that this is for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's like, to me, is like, so many people, maybe including myself, or things that go wrong, you're always the victim. Somebody, it's not my, it's the other person's fault, or it's my boss, or my wife, or whatever. And then this.
Always my wife.
Well, I don't have any anymore. But
I
anyway.
don't have any either.
So the thing of it is that it makes yourself take responsibility for your actions. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That moment you say, I'm responsible. It's not the other guy's fault, or it's this fault, or whatever. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest messages I got out of it.
Yeah, I like that. By taking responsibility, you get out of the victim role. And even if it's you hit a wall, you learn something from it, and that's how we learn. And that's okay too. Hopefully I won't make that mistake again.
So, Rich, Dr. Rich, sorry.
I like to keep it informal.
Okay, so now that you are starting this JoyScore journey, what are you looking to get out of it? What kind of changes would you like to see moving forward?
I'm always looking to for self-improvement, to tighten up my game, as they say. Because life gets pretty hectic and I get overextended. I'm just looking to do things better in a smarter way. And this is the kind of thing that you could do over and over again, like a 12-step program. You get something every single time you go through it. So I guess I'm looking for more joy, to raise my joy score.
Yeah. And this question goes to both of you. What drew you to JoyScore in the first place? Other than Dr. B, Bob, what about JoyScore was enticing to you?
Well, to be honest with you, I've known Dr. B for years, and, I went through a pretty hectic change in my life, business-wise or what have you. And a lot of things, a lot of changes. And he said to me, through our discussions, you seem miserable. No, seriously. And I said, really? I didn't know I was that miserable.
I didn't know I was miserable.
Yeah, I was just going through life. And he said, here, read this book. And I started reading the book, and I went, wow, I can get out of this mess I'm in. And that's the one thing. It's like, as you get more involved, you're better off. You're able to communicate your feelings better to other people and listen to other people's reply instead of going through life thinking you know everything.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
I just really believe in this whole idea of trying to help people. I mean, I'm a caregiver, but it's just there's a great need for it, and I think this is a great medium to do it and get people excited about it. And especially, I work with a lot of depression and psychosis and things that are pretty heavy, and I get a lot of joy out of that. But it's nice also to have a break and do this podcast, and it's kind of fun and creative.
Yeah. I think what drew me to JoyScore in the beginning was, I mean, kind of similar to both of you guys. I was like, well, I love helping people, and I love being positive, but at the same time, I was realizing I didn't have as much joy in my life as I could, and my outlook was more negative by a lot than I am now, and I really wasn't aware that little tiny decisions I make throughout the day contribute to me feeling better or worse. And I would just end a day feeling like, this was a sad day or a bad day or an anxious day. And now I can go through my days and be like, that was an anxious moment. And like, I can separate moments now from the whole of the day. And I can also know what was causing what to an extent. And, change that accordingly. And that's something that I know I wasn't doing before. So I'm thankful for JoyScore.
I'm thankful for JoyScore as well.
Me too.
And I am excited to see what else is to come, especially with the new year.
Oh, yeah.
And
just with all the further improvements to make.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I guess JoyScore is a form of, gives you appreciation of yourself, appreciation of other people, helps you with your respect towards yourself and to other people, and it just makes you a happier person in life. Yeah. And I look for more of that in the coming year.
I like that. I was talking to a pastor, and he says as he got older, he has a greater capacity for joy. Not necessarily the most joy in terms of time, but he's able to reflect on it more and experience it more. And I thought that was really interesting.
Wow. Yeah, you don't always hear that. I feel like a lot of people say like, oh, like those were the glory days, or wish I could go back to when I was this age, or working that job, or living there. Not a lot of people are saying the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
You don't hear that from a lot of people. I remember one time my aunt told me that. She said, Chloe, the best is always yet to come. And I was like 15, and I was like, no. But well, I don't know. I think I believe it now.
the best is yet to come is truthful if you keep your sanity and you're healthy. Okay? And that's another thing that's good about JoyScore, which discusses in other chapters about exercise, about eating, all this stuff. And as you get older, you'll say, man, I'm just glad I'm not sick. I'm healthy,
Yeah.
Right.
And as you get older in life, you've accomplished, like, life is mostly work all your life, achieve this, achieve that, achieve that. Raise your kids, get them through school, do all this stuff. And then once that's done and you reach a certain age, then the real joy comes, because you can do whatever you want. Do all the things that you never were able to do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't fully know that yet. But.
Yeah, but it goes by fast, trust me.
It seems like it goes by faster as you get older.
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe with kids, if you're raising your kids.
I don't know. It goes, your whole life goes boom. You have a kid, raise them, goes away to school,
right?
Comes back to school. He's the parent, tells you what to do. He's smarter. And then you go along, and then it's just the things you have to go through, all the good and the bad in life. But having something to turn to and think about and make you feel better, that's what the beauty of this whole program is.
And it's clearly applicable to any age,
correct,
any walk of life, any profession.
It's true.
You think about it when you're growing up. It used to be, God, I can't wait till I'm 18. So, I mean, the laws have changed, so I can stay out late.
Yeah.
And then you go, man, I can't wait till I can get my car. You know, and then you get to the next point, I can't wait, I can drink, or I can vote. And it seems like your whole life is like you spend your time looking to get to the next stage.
Yeah, anticipating the next
next step, and you're like, I can't wait to get out, move out from the house. I can't wait to go to college. Can't wait to have kids. I can't wait till they grow up. And you know, no, but seriously, or I want grandchildren, or whatever you want to do. But this is a way, while you're going through the process, can make it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my point,
Enjoying
is
the
that
moment.
enjoying the moment.
Because everyone deserves to enjoy the moment they're in. I think it causes more stress, sadness, anxiety, setbacks when your whole mindset is about the future and the past and not the present. And it's good to have your mind in both of those places, but primarily you should be living in the present.
Right.
But most of the time you're not, if you think about it.
It's true.
You know, I can't wait till I'm in high school. I can't wait till I'm in college. I can't, you know.
Can't wait till I'm out of college.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're on this treadmill, and it keeps getting faster and faster and faster. But once you get older, it slows down, and you can enjoy the walk instead of the run.
Well, I think it's important that JoyScore is encouraging, you know, enjoying the run.
Right.
And maybe turning the run into a jog, not a sprint.
I like the this reminds me a lot. It parallels nicely with mindfulness. You know, we can't go back in the past and change things, but we can learn from it. We can't go far ahead in the future, but we can plan for it. They say that the best, whoever they is, the powers that be, the researchers, is to focus on problem solving in the present. And life is a series of problem solving. You know.
Yeah, and you can get the most done in the present.
Yeah.
So, to anybody who is starting their JoyScore journey, I think my biggest piece of advice is the best is yet to come.
Yes.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Done.
Goodbye.